What's going on, guys? Chris with SVT Garage. Today's video is an update on the car. It's back on the road after about almost 7 weeks. I'd say about 7 or 8 weeks. Throwout bearing was toast. I'll show you guys that. Kind of what I wanted to talk about today was the clutches, the difference in the Spec Stage 3, which was in here, and I went with the McLeod RXT this go round. So I kind of wanted to, I guess, give my opinion on the two clutches, my thoughts on them, and what I like and what I don't like. But I'm just excited this thing's back on the road. My buddy had the car, realistically, like for 6-7 hours. He had it back to me. And he got the car at 10 o'clock at Friday night, and I had it back Saturday morning, basically. He knocked it out real quick. Easy job. He had a lift at his house. He's got all the tools for that, tranny jack and whatnot, so he banged it out. But I'm just excited I can drive this car again. Does suck breaking the clutch in. The recommendation is 1,200 shifts, so I'm probably going to do, I don't know, 500 miles. I'm at like 130, 140. So it's taking a minute because I just don't live far from anything. Even just the car shows around here are close. But she's back on the road. That's the main thing right now. I miss driving this thing. So anyways, let's get to the video. Got these Fr500 sold. Give a quick story on those. But let's talk about these clutches. This Spec 3, Spec Stage 3, I'm sorry, in my opinion, is a great clutch. I know a lot of people run the McLeods. My car has, for the past 9-10 years, has had 700 plus wheel, one through the turbo and then now through the Whipple. But this clutch has been in the car for the entire time. I decided to change the clutch out because one thing I did not like about this, and you can see here, there's some where it's digging into the flywheel there. But one thing I didn't like about this clutch is it was heavy. I mean, the pedal on this thing was night and day from the McLeod. And I know that because the guys, you guys have seen a couple of videos. I got a bunch of guys that I ride with that have the Cobras, and they all got the McLeods, the RXTs, and the RST as well. But anyways, I went with the RXT and super happy with the pedal pressure, the weight of it. It's just, I mean, I feel like I'm driving a Civic or something. It's that, where this felt like you almost needed both legs to push it in. I mean, I'm being a little dramatic. It was night and day difference, and it sucked at a red light. But this is a single disc setup. The RXT is a twin. This thing, I would easily say, weighs, just because I have both of them in the box, this thing has to be 15 pounds, maybe 20 heavier than the RXT. Which I was like, I didn't have any idea that it was going to be that big of a difference, but it was. Anyways, great clutch though. And I liked on the Spec, did not like how heavy the pedal was, but I loved where the engagement on the pedal was. The engagement on this was more at the bottom, and the McLeod, I mean, I only have like 140 miles on this thing, but the McLeod engagement is right up at the top. I mean, you can, and I get the benefit of that too. And from what I understand, that's how clutches are supposed to work. For that's how they're designed to work. Is that where that engagement is on this McLeod? But it's taken me a minute to get used to. I've stalled this car more times in the 2 weeks that I've had it back than I have in 10 years. So with that being said, I know it's going to take a little getting used to, but that's what I don't want to say I don't like. That's my little gripe on the McLeod, is the engagement of that. It's just super, it's right at the top. I mean, as soon as you put your foot on the pedal, it's, you can basically change gears. But this is the throw bearing. And I just lost some pieces. It came out in pieces. It was broke. It was just annihilated. And, you know, I was talking to a couple people because I was like, man, it doesn't sound right. Like, I've had throwout bearings go before in other cars, and this thing just sounded terrible. And they're like, nah, you're good, throwout bearing. I had to drive it maybe 40 minutes to my buddy's house. He's like, you should be fine. When I was pulling it out of the driveway, I heard this hellacious clunking noise, and I said, nope, shut it off, left it in the road, called the flatbed, and they came and picked it up. I was like, I'm not going to destroy any other transmission, whatever, because of this. So, yeah, this thing just is toast. Went with a Ford Racing. I think I got the part number right here. So, went with the Ford Racing. I did not use the McLeod one. I've just seen some reviews and kind of going through some of the pages on Facebook. It seems like everybody was just using the Ford Racing, so that's what I put back in it. The prices on these, I mean, this McLeod was around $1,400 or so, but the spec, guys, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say. I don't know how long this McLeod's going to last. I hope it can do what this thing did, 9+ years, but, you know, time will be the tale of that. And then let's get into these wheels over here real quick. These Fr500s, little kind of like a funny story. They came off my son's car. These are 10-inch rears. The fronts, I think, are 9s. And the tire size on these are 295. So they're wide, but they're not crazy wide. And the fronts, I think, these might have been these are 255s. So, but what they came off of is what was the funny part. I got a car for my brother, for him. My son's 16, it's his first car. These came off a Saturn Vue. And I was like, they gotta go. I can't do it. The body line on this thing, I'd say every bit of that much of the wheel was sticking past the fender, so it looked like a roller skate going down the road. And we were kind of looking at options on wheels, and I lucked out at the junkyard. I went for these. What I'm doing is, I didn't want to permanently glue the carbon fiber stuff to the nice pieces in my car. I just kind of like putting that stuff aside because it's what came with the car. So I went to the junkyard and picked these up. This is the A-pillars. These are the door sills. I need to cut them, and then I'm going to kind of like panel bond them to the carbon fiber to these. So I didn't want to like do that to mine. And then I found this guy. This is that weather stripping that goes basically right on the firewall. It goes in between the firewall and the hood. I for some reason, I don't know what I did with mine. I had a cowl hood on here, so I might have lost it, but this is where it goes up in here. And you kind of need it. It's supposed to help with the circulation in there with the air. So I picked those pieces up for $35, and it's perfect for what I needed to do, because again, I'm going to be permanently kind of panel bonding the carbon fiber to these pieces, so I can just clip them in and be done with it. But while I was there, I was like, hey, let's go through the GM section and look at some Saturns, because I was just going to look for some cheap factory like 17s, 16-inch wheels, sell these, and then put nice tires, like newer tires on there for him. But what I came across was, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, you know, that market, but Saturn had a red line, and they had two cars, the Vue, which is what he had, and the Ion. And the Ion came, the red line came supercharged, body kit, had a little Eaton on it. It was an Ecotech motor. It was a cool little car. It was that competing with the import stuff. And then same thing with the Vue. The Vue kind of looks like a Saturn's version of an Envoy. I think that's the chassis it's on. But anyways, I found those redline wheels in the full body kit factory, stripped it off that car, and I got everything for like 450 bucks. And just kind of put that in reference, that's like finding the, in my opinion, because they're kind of rare, and to find it whole and complete in one spot was pretty amazing. That kind of finding the pieces like that for that price is like finding a set of the Ambers at a junkyard and paying, you know, what a normal set of red taillights would be, just to kind of put that into perspective. So we lucked out. Just a bumper alone on that car, finding it on eBay is 800 bucks. So when the lady told me, yeah, we sell the bumpers for, all the bumpers there, they were $74 each. And then I think the side skirts were 70 bucks. I walked out of there with, again, the wheels, tires, with good tires, all the body pieces for like $458. So I got a guy coming tonight to buy these. He's got a 01 Cobra, and threw these up on Marketplace for $500. They need tires. And then this tire here's got a little road rash on it, right up in here, some curbing. So easily fixed. And if you guys go on my page, you'll see I just refinished his wheels, which are horribly curb rashed. I'm making a video on that, on how to repair a wheel, so kind of keep a lookout for that. But yeah, I'll have to get you guys a video of this, of what these look like on a Saturn review. I couldn't believe they fit, because these are 5x114. The Saturns are 5x115, but my brother got them on there and he was rocking them. So yeah, anyways, we basically got all those parts for free because we sold these. But anyways, guys, you guys got any questions on the clutch? I believe I ordered mine from Late Model. They shipped it out real quick. It was easy. I had it, again, within like a couple days. And the longest part was just kind of waiting in line to get to my dude's house to get this in. But shout out to Spec too, man. You guys, this thing was just eating the power. It wasn't slipping or anything. It was just a throw bearing. But after all that went, I was having issues with this. You could hear it grinding and catching. So I decided to go ahead and replace everything. And I do like how soft this twin disc clutch is. I mean, great job on that, McLeod. But time will tell on the type of life it has. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure a couple of you guys have them or have had them. Let me know what I'm getting into here. But again, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna get back to putting some videos out on this thing because now she's back on the road. And let me know what you guys think. Again, I appreciate, you know, you guys just kind of following me, commenting on the channel and stuff. It means a lot, so I appreciate it. But Chris, SVT Garage, stand by for the next one. We'll see you then.